August 24, 2001. Air Transat Flight 236 is halfway across the Atlantic Ocean when Captain Robert Piché notices something wrong. Fuel is draining far too quickly from his Airbus A330. Within minutes, he realizes the terrible truth. They're going to run out of fuel over the world's second-largest ocean. Robert Piché's path to that cockpit was unconventional. Growing up in Quebec, he dreamed of flying but struggled with authority. As a young bush pilot in the Canadian wilderness, he made mistakes, serious ones. He was caught smuggling marijuana in the 1980s and served prison time. Most pilots would never recover from such disgrace, but Piché was determined to earn back his wings and his reputation. He started over, rebuilt his career from nothing, and eventually became a captain for Air Transat. By 2001, he had logged thousands of hours and developed an almost supernatural feel for aircraft. He would need every bit of that experience. Over the Atlantic, with 293 passengers and 13 crew aboard, both engines flamed out. The Airbus became the world's heaviest glider. There was no airport within range. The nearest land was Lajes Air Base in the Azores, 65 miles away. Piché had perhaps 19 minutes before they hit the water. Most pilots have never glided a commercial jet. Piché had to calculate descent rates, compensate for wind, and aim for a runway he could barely see in the darkness, all without engine power, without computers telling him if it was even possible. His co-pilot was near panic. Air traffic control was preparing for a water ditching, but Piché's voice remained steady. He'd flown small planes through Canadian storms, had survived his own crashes, had clawed his way back from personal disaster. This was just another problem to solve. The Airbus descended through the night. Piché kept the speed precise too fast, and they'd overshoot. Too slow, and they'd stall into the ocean. He activated the ram air turbine for emergency electrical power. He extended the landing gear manually. Every decision had to be perfect. Lajes Air Base appeared ahead. Piché aimed for the runway, fighting crosswinds with no engines to correct mistakes. The Airbus dropped from the sky. At 200 miles per hour, it slammed onto the runway. The tires exploded from the heat. The brakes caught fire, but the plane stopped. All 306 people survived without serious injury. It was the longest unpowered flight in commercial aviation history. Investigators later found that a fuel leak caused by improper maintenance had drained the tanks. But Piché's skill had turned certain catastrophe into a textbook emergency landing. The man who'd lost everything and fought his way back had saved 306 lives over the Atlantic. Robert Piché proved that heroes aren't perfect. They're persistent, skilled, and unbreakable when it matters most.